Hey everyone, Jennifer Oaks here. So, pardon my appearance. I rushed to get ready. My hair is still wet from the shower. I'm at my parents' home filming this because I realized I can't film without my mom helping me with the kids. My kids are like cray cray. They run around. They're not like Anna Sassone Jolie's kids or whatever, if anyone watches her channel. Her kids stand there at the kitchen counter while she bakes and they just kind of watch her, and that my kids, no, it's not going to happen. I've come to accept I do not have these perfect angelic kids that I see on other YouTube channels. And it's not that they're undisciplined, it's just my kids are more they're just very much more stereotypical toddlers. I don't know if it's the Hispanic in me. Like when I used to do Disney princess stuff at Disney, we had stereotypes. Like the kids from England, the British kids, were the most well-behaved. Like I remember they would hold their books open, like, can you please sign my book, please? And then, then there were the Hispanic kids, and sorry to my fellow Hispanics out there, but you know how we are. We can be kind of loud people, kind of like Greek Fat Wedding, like run around, crazy chaos. Yeah. So and then I remember the princesses when we would go backstage, like the Cinderellas coming and saying, what's up with all the Hispanic people? Like, why are they so crazy? And so maybe it's the Hispanic from me coming into my kids. It's just genetic that my kids are wild and they're not like Anna Sassone, Jolie, whatever, those kids from England that just stand there while the mom's cooking. Anyway, mom tangent rant. You always are going to hear mom rants from me. Sorry. I've gotten so many questions from people about the princess signatures, and I'm kind of surprised because I don't remember the signature or the autograph from characters being such a big deal. But it is a big deal on one hand because you do, a huge part of being a Disney character is your autograph. And it's every character has their own special autograph that Disney came up with for that character. Mickey Mouse has his own signature, and it's going to be the same signature of Mickey Mouse that you get in Disneyland. It's going to be the same one that you get in Disney World. And I believe it's the same in Tokyo Disney and Disneyland Paris. It's the same signature no matter where you go. We are all, as Disney characters, I no longer work for the company. It's been years since I've been a Disney princess. That's why I am known as the retired Disney princess. But when I used to do it, I can only tell you things about the signature from my time, my experience years back. I don't know if they've changed policies. I don't know if they do things differently now. So you get to hear my view. I wish Rachel Hankel was here with me so badly, you guys. I wish she was. She's so much fun, isn't she? She's in the Confessions 1, 2, and 3 with me. She would have her own stuff to say about the signature, and I'm looking at my phone now because I had posted asking you guys to send me questions on Instagram about the signature, because I was kind of like, well, what exactly do they want to know about the signature? So let's see what you guys wrote. The first question from Veronica.DisneyWorld. How long did it take to master the signature? It did not take me long to master any of the signatures. I loved drawing and art throughout high school. And I used to practice good penmanship. I loved writing. So I would definitely suggest, if you're not very good with your handwriting and it looks like chicken scratch, start trying to make it look pretty. Practice writing in a journal, practice writing in a notebook. Beautiful penmanship. Go online, Google beautiful penmanship, and try to get ideas and inspiration of what beautiful penmanship looks like, and try to maybe make prettier letters and practice writing prettier A's, prettier E's, and all of that stuff. Have a beautiful style already, because I feel like a lot of the girls were already kind of artistic in nature. You get a lot of people with dance background, want to be actors like me. A lot of the girls, I would say half of the Disney entertainment wanted to go on to become teachers. Like they were in school at the university studying children and teaching and all this stuff. I was not there mentally. Like they genuinely loved kids. Me, I was more the, I want to be a star. Maybe I'll get discovered here. And I don't know that many people get discovered. They usually, anyway, the point is, like some of us did go on to try to do acting stuff. Like I did audition, but anyways, artistic minded people, you get those kind of people. So start practicing. As far as I know, you can actually go on Google and look up all the official Disney World signatures. You can actually look them up and see how they are written so that you can practice a certain princess's style. Like if you know that you have Asian features or you're dark skinned and you can only be cast as Princess Tiana possibly, why don't you go on Google, look up Princess Tiana's signature or Cinderella, whoever it is you think that Disney might cast you as. If it's really important, you want to learn the signature in advance before they hire you. You can start practicing how Cinderella writes her name or how Princess Tiana writes her name. It's online for everyone to see. So go check it out. By the way, my post-pregnancy hair loss is starting to slow down. I'm seeing new hair growth. I'm really excited. I don't have like chunks of hair coming out in the shower all the time. That's another mom rant that's been on my mind. Sorry. Anyway, Disney Dude 1971 writes, when a new character from a new movie becomes a character to meet, who is the person who comes up with the autograph, with what the autograph will look like? Is that a specific job? I have no idea what the answer is to this question. I am sure that it's somebody's job at Disney to come up with an official autograph for every character that you will be able to meet. If they get a costume, Disney's going to come up with an official autograph signature to go with that character. When you go into training at Disney, I remember seeing this giant book of all of the official autographs, like Mickey's, Pluto's, Goofy's, and it was our job. Like I knew you're given like a height range, like, oh, you're a Pluto, you're a Chip and Dale, you're a Mickey. You know, they tell you what your average height range, and they give you a list of characters that you are able to perform within your height range. And so you need to know all of the autographs for all of the characters that are in your height range. For me, my fur character I was dubbed as a Pluto, so I needed to know Mr. Smee was in my height range. I needed to know Wendell Bear was in my height range. Rafiki was in my height range. I was too tall for Chip and Dale. Kermit the Frog was in my height range. You look up all of the characters that are in your height range and you memorize those signatures. So I knew that my first week I was going to be performing during my character training as Pluto. So I knew I needed to know Pluto's signature, and it's the cutest puppy dog signature. You can go look it up online. I don't remember it now off the top of my head, but I remember a paw being in it. Or at least I used to add a paw to it if it wasn't already in it. But I remember it was very easy to do. It was very fun to do. The challenge for me was writing the Pluto signature wearing that big mitt. The closest thing I could compare it to is go into your kitchen and grab an oven mitt that you use to take hot things out of the oven with, oven mitt, and try writing your name hold a pen with an oven mitt and try writing your name. That's how difficult it is to sign your name. And I think Pluto's paw is a lot more difficult than an oven mitt to use to sign a pen with a pen. So guests out there, you bring Sharpies, bring big pens, not these itty bitty little things to write with, so that it's easier on the Pluto who you're meeting. but Sharpies are just all around awesome. Although Sharpies can get on some of the costumes. I like the silicone gel pen things, pretty pens. Anyway. But yeah, so I'm sure it is somebody's job. They probably don't just come up with signatures. They probably have another job that they do, and one of the list of duties that they have is coming up with signatures. Maybe it's, it could be the person who draws the characters, maybe, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know that one. Shannon Parfit wrote, "That would be the coolest video ever." Thank you, Shannon. You guys were the ones who gave me the idea, so thank you guys. Thank you, Shannon. NJS Kid 12 wrote, how long did it take you to memorize it? Did you memorize the other characters' signatures? How long did it take me to memorize it? I memorized Pluto's really quickly, probably like the day that they showed it to me. I must have learned it within an hour easily. I just practiced it a few times and I had it down. It was very simple to do, Pluto's was. Especially because, again, I did like art when I was in high school. I did like writing and stuff, so do practice your penmanship. Princess Jasmine's, the tricky part with her signature was the P, the princess P. It has a funny kind of shape, but I just practiced it several times and I got it memorized in my head, especially because you will do that signature all day long when you're in the day while you're in princess training. One of the days is you actually go out and meet people and you will have it locked in your head. But I mean, I practiced it a few times before I went out on set. The rest of the way that she writes Princess and the way she writes Jasmine is very similar to the way that I used to write my own cursive handwriting. So for me, it was very simple. That's why I wish Rachel Henkel was here so she could tell me about the Snow White experience. Was it difficult to learn to write the Snow White signature? I don't know. Rachel Henkel, if you're watching this, comment below and let everyone know how difficult it was for you to learn the Snow White signature and just on your signature experience in general. People want to know. I remember one time I was cast as Kermit the Frog at Hollywood Studios, and it was very rare that I was ever sent to go to Hollywood Studios to do characters and entertainment. I was also like a Green Army man over there once, and so I wasn't familiar with signing the Kermit the Frog autograph. It was just a random shift out of nowhere that they gave me. I wasn't familiar when I had to do a Green Army man over there. And so right when I was getting my costume and stuff, as I was getting ready, I remember going to a fellow cast member in my height range and being like, does anyone know, like you're in a room full of characters when you're getting ready and when you're checking in and everything and asking people where to go because you're the new kid in that theme park. And I just remember being like, does anyone know Kermit the Frog's signature? And somebody like gave me a book, or maybe somebody was familiar with doing Kermit the Frog all the time, or I think it was the Miss Piggy. The Miss Piggy person knew the Kermit the Frog signature and was like, here, this is how you do it. And they showed me right before I went out on set, like within 15 minutes, I had to know how to do that signature. So you just copy it to the best of your ability. And so when you're a fur character too, you're on set for 30 minutes and then you come back and you have a break for 30 minutes. So during my breaks, I think I used to practice the signature as well so that I could make sure it was extra nice for guests when I would go out. There were days that I had to learn the signature as I was going into work, as I was getting ready, getting my costume and gathering everything. And it can be kind of stressful because there's like different places you have to go. I don't know. I hear my son in the background. Disney Princess Days wrote, does management make sure you know it before you go out on set? I think that the management is so busy with so many things that the way you sign your autograph, unless it's like really, 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 really bad, they don't come down on you. They're not super strict. I don't even remember anyone getting in trouble for bad penmanship. I think that they want to see that you're making an effort to make it look like the original, what it should look like, the one that they have in their official book of signatures that they show you when you're training. I think that they want to see that you are making an effort to make it look as good as possible. Obviously, every person, sorry, I thought I heard my son. Obviously, every person is going to have their own way that they sign their name, or you're going to have your own style. Like there were probably like 5 or 6 Jasmines on staff when I did Princess Jasmine. There were a ton more Cinderellas, tons more Belles. Jasmine wasn't as popular, but and we all signed the Princess Jasmine signature very, very similar. We were all trying to emulate the original, but we probably all kind of had a little bit different of a spin on it. One of the reasons I love the way Princess Jasmine signed her P, it was a very distinct letter P. Nobody but Jasmine signs her P that way. And now I sign with that P everywhere I go. Like, to me, that is the P that I use now, even though I'm not working at Disney. But because we all had that P, I feel like it kind of made the signatures look the same. Pocahontas signs her name just like the DVD. When you see the name Pocahontas on the DVD, she signs just like that. And I think I used to draw a little arrow below it to kind of add some cute flavor. And I think we all kind of added like little cute things. Some Princess Jasmines used to add little sparkles. So I don't know. I never added sparkles, but I did add like a line underneath her name. CZA Valab on Instagram wrote, when I went to Disneyland one time, I visited Mickey Mouse twice and both autographs were different. Do they let you do your own autograph for your character? I'm sorry to hear that both autographs were different. It's probably just that it could be that was a new Mickey Mouse. Maybe it was their first day, one of their people's first day learning the signature, and so maybe they didn't get it right. Like I said, management never came down on us when it wasn't exactly as it should be. Because I think they understood that it was difficult sometimes. Like I said, go to your kitchen and grab an oven mitt and you try signing your name with an oven mitt. Mind you, the oven mitt is easier to use than some of these Mickey Mouse hands that are huge, like, or Pluto hands. Those are difficult to write with. And you're suffocating in your costume as well. There's no air conditioning in there. Like, people used to be like, oh, don't feel bad for Pluto, he has air conditioning in there. No, we don't. So we're just suffering and sweating bullets. Yeah. And again, everybody's going to have their distinct way that they sign it. So I apologize for that. That's sad. They don't let you do your own autograph. You're not supposed to. So I'm sure probably what you have is one of them is the actual signature as it's supposed to be, and the other one just didn't know how to do it properly. So XX Bridget XX wrote, did you ever accidentally write down the wrong name, like writing Jasmine's when you were Pocahontas? And what did you do if you mess up? I think out of the 5 years that I was doing the princess character, I think there might have been one time that I was Pocahontas that I started to write Princess Jasmine, and I think I like drew a heart out of it. Like, I started the P and then I tried to cover it up as a heart and like draw something over it, but that is really bad show if you mess up. So thank God, I think it only happened once, and it was like I had started, so I didn't even finish it. So I just drew a heart around it. Okay. So my son started crying, so so he decided he wants to be a part of this video after all. Say hi, Lucas. Say hi. Don't fuss for them. Don't fuss for mommy. This is why I hardly upload these days. We have to wait until my kids are old enough to chat and... When are you going to let mommy blow dry her hair and do her makeup all nice? And when are you going to let mommy take a shower without rushing me? When are you going to let me eat a meal where I don't have to rush to wolf it down and gobble it down? Ever? No. Harry Tack wrote, is there a test to see if you do the autographs well? No, I don't remember any test to see if I did the autograph well. I'm trying to think if in princess training they might have asked. They might have asked to see it, but it wasn't like an official test or anything. They just wanted to make sure it looked nice, I guess, or decent. But I don't remember it being any big deal. I wasn't stressed out about it. Again, I wish Rachel Hinkle was here. Caffeinated Decorated wrote, she's still got it. Better than ever, Oaks Princess. You gave the crayon life. Slay Queen Jasmine. I love you, Caffeine Decorated. Thank you for writing that. You're awesome. You're always so sweet and encouraging, and so thank you. Kristen Cello 16. If you are more than one princess, how do you handle different signatures? So when I trained to do the Princess Jasmine character, they showed me the Princess Jasmine signature, and I just practiced it until oh baby, and I just practiced that signature until I felt like, how did I handle the different signatures? Like, what do you mean? I'm not quite sure exactly what you mean by how did I handle the different ones. Like, I just practiced the Pocahontas signature after they trained me in the princess training for Pocahontas. I just practiced it until I felt confident writing it, and then on the days that they scheduled me as Pocahontas, I would just make sure that I used that signature. And if you want to be more specific in the comments below about how I handled them differently, I can try to better answer that question. Sorry. I'm trying to also answer these questions as fast as I can because, you know, my son only gives me so much time. Rampion in the tower. Is there anything left-handed princesses have to learn differently? Rachel Henkel was actually left-handed when she did Snow White, so for all you girls out there who are left-handed, don't even sweat it, because she said management never said a thing, guests never said a thing. She just kept on keeping on as if she were a right-handed girl. She just signed with her left hand and nobody ever said anything, and she didn't learn anything differently. She just signed with her left. Julie Eggs wrote, do the people show you how to make the signature, or did you make it up? No, you definitely are shown how to do the signature. You don't make it up at all. You're not supposed to. I think, you know, with Rafiki, I remember having to learn his signature really fast. Because I was scheduled him randomly and I wasn't used to doing his signature, and so I had to learn his signature really fast. And I remember something about his signature was a little bit tricky. I think it was like there was a stick on the end or something, and I might have improv'd it for my first set, but then as soon as I had a break, I went to the back as soon as I had a break, I went to the back and memorized it, and I was fine. Because you can practice the signature in between ships, like if it's a random character that you aren't scheduled on a regular basis. I'm getting the amber necklace, which is supposed to help with teething. He wants me to play with him. This is what we do all day long. You're like, Mommy, don't clean the kitchen, just play with me. Don't use your phone, just play with me. Don't take a shower, don't eat, just play with me. All day long, 24/7. You don't get a break, Mommy, not once. Somebody said that women who stay at home, moms who stay at home, are women of leisure. That's a bunch of, whoever said that, they did not stay at home with a baby and toddlers. Maybe they had to work or something, so they didn't realize how hard it was. Maybe they had easy babies that were like Rachel Henkel's little Charlotte was an easy baby. But Rachel openly admits that she had an easy baby, so she gets it. Somehow she knows that some babies are hard and some are easy, but until you see it, it's almost like you have to see it to believe it. My dad told me, oh, I thought you were exaggerating when you said he cried in the car, until he drove with me, and then he like experienced the screaming, and he was like shaking driving the car. He couldn't even focus, whereas I've had to deal with it, so I'm kind of more used to it. Anyway. Victoria Clark wrote, do cast members get checked by a manager to see if they can do the signature? Because when I went in February and met Mickey, his signature looked like the person inside just wrote it down and didn't look anything like the signature cast members get told to practice. By the way, love your videos. They are very informational. Thank you so much, Victoria, for that little love there. Sending love back to you. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Management never checked to see if we were doing it properly. That I can remember. They might now, and I just don't know. But it could be again that it was that Mickey's first day. Like I said, I had to learn really fast Rafiki's signature as soon as I was coming into the park that day. But once I went onto my break, I made sure that I had it perfect during my break. So, yeah. That's so sad. Again, you're the second person to say that, so that's really sad to me that you didn't get an official signature. You got instead somebody's impromptu. I'm sorry about that. Maya Alexander wrote, I understand that the signatures are all the same, but sometimes cast members add hearts or stars or drawings. Is this decided by the cast member? Yes, it is. Because I used to do a squiggle line underneath, but some Jasmines used to do like sparkles around. I never did the sparkles. I would just sign like a squiggle line underneath. I think there was an Aladdin that used to add like a little magic lamp. I think the A in his name already looks like a magic lamp, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. But I think he also used to add, in addition to that, like a magic lamp. If they do a good job, it can be cute. If they don't do a good job, then it's kind of like, that's not as cool. But as long as what's most important is that you get the official signature. If they add anything nice and artistic, good for them. Jasmine's and Pocahontas' signatures are the only of the princesses that I can't do, and it really annoys me. That was written by Disney Pavilion. God bless you, girl. I'm sorry to hear that. I might try getting like tracing paper. And if you can print out the official signatures offline and put the official signatures underneath the tracing paper, and then practice tracing the Princess Jasmine and Pocahontas signatures, that might help get your brain and like get your hand used to doing the signature as it should be done. That's an idea if you have bad penmanship too, like getting all the signatures printed offline and then getting tracing paper and tracing so that you can practice that way. And just try to practice and practice and practice it till you have it memorized perfectly. And for all you Mickey Mouses out there who aren't signing properly, maybe you guys can do that technique as well. I don't know. Oh, baby, baby, baby. This baby's like, you're not paying attention to me, Mom. You're like talking to a camera. Woo. Carolyn Martin wrote, do you learn how to write like her in general? Example, writing notes with your signature. Or do you just learn her signature? You just learn the signature.